Objective form. I think you're asking him to speculate about other people in his industry.
Well, counsel, why don't you restrict your objections to the objections and
Well, we can
spare
use
us
the
the
eight-
coaching of your witness.
we-
Go
we
ahead,
can
sir,
use
you
the
may
8
answer.
minutes to call the magistrate if you want.
Well, why don't we do that afterwards?
So Dennis trying to get counsel off his game?
Well, it was an 8-minute deposition. Every 30 seconds is 30 seconds. Part of our strategy for an 8-minute deposition, in some ways, that wouldn't be that different than some 7-hour federal depositions, was when it was topics we weren't concerned with, the witness should go ahead and feel free to talk and be non-responsive and go on.
Yeah, I think, you know, what I saw there, and I don't know if you guys saw the same thing, was once that argument starts up, the witness definitely has an opportunity to frame up a good answer or frame up the best answer he can in that situation. So, I don't know, the attorneys out here, I know in Florida they try to keep us tight on the objection, but I see some attorneys just want to argue. I mean, attorneys out here, you get into that debate, you want to call the judge, fight about it. I mean, there comes a point in time, don't you think, Dennis, that if your client is getting abused or your insured's getting abused, you need to do something to get the train back on the track?
Well, you know, sometimes it's even more fundamental than that. Sometimes if the client, and you can't really have it here, is just getting too conversational, you want to interrupt and get them to sit back and think for a minute of everything you talked about that day you spent together, about listening critically, thinking it through before they answer, asking for long questions to be read back. And sometimes you need to make an objection and get into a little argument and get that sense of adversary atmosphere back at the table.
Yeah, it's a good point Dennis makes, is who here thinks that sometimes the insured needs to know that the plaintiff isn't running the show, that we're running the show, that he or she has their back covered. Agree? So I think that's a good point.